A bit of dinner before this. Here he is. So should be good. Should be a good one. Hey, you there, mate? I don't know if you can hear me. Hey.
How's it going, bro?
Yeah, good. What about you?
Yeah, it's been a busy day, long day. Just had a feed, so I wasn't hungry when I got on.
Yeah, I know the feeling, brother. I've just done the same thing.
Yeah.
What do you do for work at the moment?
At the moment, I work in the Housing First. I work for a community housing organisation in the
Yep.
Housing First programs team.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's that going for you?
It's been, I love it. Love working with people getting out, and homeless people, people impacted by, all sorts of different things, discrimination, disadvantage, all that stuff. So yeah, just really, really grateful to be able to do that work with those people.
Yep. Yeah, excellent.
But yeah, it can be draining at times, mate. When you're trying to help someone that doesn't want help.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean there, mate. It's always a tough grind trying to show people different perspectives.
Yeah, and just meeting everybody at their own level as well. Like just sort of trying to recall how I was back in the day and how I used to carry on. So it's it's sometimes it's just like just want to slap them upside the head and tell them what to do properly, but
Yeah.
doesn't always work out that way, does it?
Nah, that's it, mate. Yeah, so thanks for coming on tonight, bro. I've been following you for a couple of years now. I think we have a few mutual friends, and my mates have actually asked me about you who are in jail, and said, hey, this guy, I've been in jail with him. I know him.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. But you're a hard man to get hold of.
Maybe they are. Pardon?
Said you're a hard man to get hold of.
Yeah, it's, I've been around for a while now.
Yeah.
I was in jail, I got released in 2001,
Yep.
so a long time ago. And, got out, was done quite well, got into like family business and all that sort of stuff, so I was lucky in those ways, but, and then moved into helping people and sort of, worked at Glebe House, Rainbow Lodge, a couple of those places like that. And then started to go out on my own a bit.
Yep.
Just before COVID hit.
Yep.
And you know what it's like, people just coming at you, just going, want everything for free.
Yeah.
So yeah, I limit my time to to people, like you, people that have been in and know about it and know all that stuff. I'm okay with. Like I'm happy to sort of just share my time freely with that. But I just got back from overseas, so I have to write a report. So I'll head down trying to write a report around that. So I went to the Netherlands and New York to study innovative practices in criminal justice.
Okay. Yep.
So yeah, just trying to keep my head down around that at the moment.
Yeah, nice, brother. That's really cool. And just a bit of a backdrop for people that don't know what Glebe House and Rainbow Lodge is. It's like a halfway house for guys getting out of jail. I've been down to Glebe House before. I had a friend who was staying there, and I went in there. We had a cook up. He was on cook up duties on that night, and yeah. Sort of halfway house, for.
Was it spaghetti night?
I think it could have been.
Tuesday night spaghetti night. Everyone gets to come back. It's strange. I was one of the only people that worked at Glebe House that hadn't been through there. And it was more just my. So I done a placement there when I was doing a diploma of community services, and because I still got a real estate license.
Oh, do you?
They needed help with their housing sort of exit program around community housing, all that sort of stuff. I helped them out a little bit around that, and then scored the gig. But so I still can't go. I probably could if I really wanted to, but legitimately, I'm not allowed to go back on a Tuesday night and have spaghetti night because that's when all the ex-residents come.
Okay.
So you have to be an ex-resident to go, and obviously you probably got a bit of favour around, you know, who you know, all that sort of stuff. But it's probably that program is probably one of the better programs. The exit program and the assistance they have in that outreach exit program.
Yep.
Probably one of the best programs I know for guys getting out. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's excellent, mate. What did you get pinched for to land you sort of in jail, in them shit places?
So, yeah, it was armed robbery with an offensive weapon.
Yep.
Yeah, in Wollongong. It was
in the gong.
Yeah, so I'd previously done a decent earn, and was running pretty well for a while. 5-weight bags and all that sort of stuff, and then that money ran out, and it was Boxing Day.
Yep.
1999.
Yep.
So how old are you? Probably were you born then?
No, only just.
Yeah, Boxing Day 1999. There wasn't a thing open, right?
Yeah.
So I pulled up to the corner shop that was like 150 metres from my house. This is how desperate I was. I was on a big drink of Doan. I couldn't get any Doan because I ticked up for fucking 7 days.
Yeah.
And I just ran into this shop in a car with the car running out the front, registered in my own name, no disguise, no. I just got so desperate, you know what I mean? I just needed. I was hanging out bad.
Yeah.
You know, I had a rage and habit. Big drink of Doan, wasn't even holding me. Ran into the shop. The lady starts throwing coins at me. I'd reach around and it's like, lift up the till and get the notes underneath, and it wasn't even enough to get on, you know?
Yeah.
It wasn't even enough to not be sick. And then, so then I got picked up. So it was the 28th. The cops come around and picked me up on the 28th of December. So a couple of days I got away with it. But yeah, it was just stupid. Just desperation, mate, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it happens.
Like I said, what I got away with and what I got caught for, I'm quite happy with.
Yeah. How long did you end up doing in total? What was your head sentence?
I got 4 years and I done 2.
Okay.
Done 2. Yeah. And I was a middle class white boy. You know what I mean? I wasn't about that stuff. I wasn't in all that stuff. I got mixed up in the heroin at Cabra. So back in the day, Cabra was just like hectic. Dealers used to fight over you in the street to try and sell you stuff. You could rip a dealer off like fucking nobody's business. You give him like $30 and he can get a quarter.
Yeah.
Like they'd literally fight over you in the street. And just got caught up in all of that, and then just criminalised as a result of it, I suppose.
Yeah.
And hadn't really been involved in I think that was my second charge. Robbery. So hadn't been caught up with any of that stuff as a kid. As a kid, I was quite, I wasn't good at school, but I was quite good at sports. And I sort of, was the captain of the football team at high school and all that sort of stuff. So
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So what made you want to get into sort of this sort of stuff? Like you got out of jail and then what, did you just fucking break that cycle or what happened?
Got out of jail and sort of just been, I think I got arrested on the last day of my parole.
Yep.
So got out of jail, got married to Nikoe.
Right.
She was long time ago, but she's the mother of my eldest.
Yeah.
Never met anyone more hectic than her, and there's probably a few guys that you would know that know her and would say the same thing. She was the best earner I've ever met.
Yeah.
And she taught me all this stuff. So got out, got married to her, had a kid, and then that kid was about 18 months old, and I was just sick. The missus went out with like enough money to buy a lot of drugs.
Yep.
At about 8 o'clock at night, and then I think it was about 3 o'clock the next morning. She hadn't come home, and I was like hanging out bad. And then I had sort of that moment of clarity, that people talk about, that sort of a spiritual awakening, whatever you want to call it. And I just thought, this kid didn't ask for this.
Yeah.
She was born addicted to methadone. This kid didn't ask for this. Like, I just, and thought if I'm still doing this in 6 months, I'm going to top myself and her.
Yeah.
And I rang my parents and I said, I need, you got to come get me. And at that stage, they were like, if you can come, you always come home, but you know what you have to do. You have to, pull your head in and fucking bathe.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, just come and get me. And literally, my mum and my ex turned up at the same time at the door. And my mum's got no gear, she's got gear. I was like, fuck, just let me have this and I'm fucking coming home because I'm sick.
Yeah.
And anyway, so I was a single dad. I got clean in my parents' basement off the dome.
Yeah, wow.
And turned my life around from that. And took my kid with me. So I took the kid with me. And, that was the catalyst for me to fucking get her out, to change. Then I just sort of fell into my dad was just like, fuck, just come to the office and answer the phone. Because I was like so lost and just like, fuck, I didn't know what I was going to do.
Yeah.
And that turned into a fucking healthy career in real estate, about 10 years in real estate.
Yeah.
And then I started to sort of notice all the mates that I'd made in prison, they just kept going back.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not that good. Like, what's going on there? And then started to sort of dig a bit deeper and understand, and then started to talk about stuff. Like, oh, this is fucked up, rah, rah, rah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm the guy that, people say, put your money where your mouth is. So, I left a, successful career in real estate and went and decided to work in the community service sector.
Yeah, right.
Start, trying to... My ultimate goal was to write a program like Nara Nura.
Yep.
Which ran out. So that's where I got released from as well. So I'm going to write this program because I know what guys need and I know how to do it. Blah blah blah. And then in the end, I wrote an employment pathways for corrective services.
Yep.
So a pilot program.
Yep.
Which they're still using today.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Just one of the premiers I bought the other day.
Yeah. Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So just before COVID, that's what I was doing. I wrote this sort of program and started to implement it. And what I realised was I was training all these guys to get jobs and how they need to get employed.
Yep.
But there was a gap, and what needed to happen was businesses need to understand and learn how to onboard and employ people with records. So I started to go, oh yeah, I've got this fucking work, business, blah, blah, blah. An idea around, teaching businesses how to tap into the untapped resource of the value of people getting out of prison.
Yep.
The shit that I seen in jail, and you attest to this, it's like MacGyver shit. Some of the stuff that guys are capable of, the resourcefulness, the resilience, and that's what fucking all these employers are calling out, screaming out for. We need resourceful people. We need resilient people. It's I've got them in spades.
Yeah.
So I started to develop that, and then COVID hit, and my pipeline dried up. I couldn't get access to the boys anymore. Couldn't go in and out of jail, and that was sort of the unique part of the program.
Yeah.
I would triage individuals because I understood okay, are you getting out? Are you getting out on the dome? Are you getting out? Have you got extensive parole conditions? Have you got a stable home life? Okay, get out. Let's get you stable, and then I'll get your job. Get your jobs fuck, I can get it every day of the week.
Yeah.
I need you to be stable.
Yeah.
Some of the guys that get out, they'd be stable straight into employment, happy days.
Yeah.
I still have people calling me going, have you got any more of those guys? They're really fucking good.
Yeah, right.
It's no, it's not good.
Yeah.
So and that was the catalyst for me wanting to do the work. And then I sort of went around sort of going, okay, and that's something that I've just learned from the fellowship that I've done is okay, I'm a systems advocate for systemic change.
Yeah.
Because that's what we need.
Yeah.
We have a punitive model that sees people who have the greatest need have that, as the need increases, so does the onerous conditions for them to access help.
Yeah.
That need. So that's what I'm sort of working on with this report that I'm writing, understanding where it is best to implement and access to have the most impact for systemic change. So some programs need to go in there and some programs need to go in there. They're not all the same.
Yep.
And as you can see from my shirt, a one size fucks all approach doesn't work.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, you know, and that's what everybody wants, though. The government wants it. All these other people want it. But, you know, what we need and what I honestly believe is there needs to be a myriad of pathways out of the justice system. What works for you wouldn't work for me.
Yeah.
There might be overlaps for sure.
Yeah.
But, you know, the same programs aren't going to work for everybody. So just having enough programs, whereas, you know, you have, in my opinion, you have these large faith-based organisations at the moment.
Yeah.
They're just taking all the money and doing fuck all.
Yeah.
They're just parking guys until they're ready to go back to jail.
Yeah, it's pretty sad, isn't it? How much blokes go in and out.
I was just helping a boy actually just the last couple of days, negotiated for him to get out and go into Who's.
Yeah.
And then he got out, he got his fucking payment, the big payment from institutional staff.
Yeah.
And he's fucking just lost now.
Yeah, right.
Fuck that, I'm gone.
Yeah, right. Was that...
And, you know, just as fast as he can back to jail, you can just see it.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah, that's not good, is it?
Nah, but, you know, fuck. He went in at 10, bleeding DV at home, got molested when he was at 10, and now he's 35, he's getting spat out and, like, fucking... Like, what does he do? He's so fucking institute. Like, there's nowhere in the country that will take him because of the severity of his charges, like firearms charges, all that sort of stuff. So there's no treatment facilities that will take him unless it's private and he pays.
Yeah, a lot of people don't see the value in that, and I encourage guys when they get out of jail, if they can afford it, and especially if they have been through, you know, an abuse matter, it's an investment, you know, because how much more time are you going to spend in jail, not realising, you know, trying to figure it all out. When you get out, it's fucking hard. And if you get straight in somewhere and have that opportunity...
For me, the punishment started once I got out. Like, the longer I was in, the easier my time got.
Yeah.
Like, the easier it got and the more favour I got, and, you know, was making moves, this, that and the other.
Yeah.
But fuck, it's not like, you know, there's no future in that.
No.
And this is the problem, you know, and what I said to this guy, I was like, fuck, you're big in the nick, but you're fucking no one on the street, bro. Like, you're just no one.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. All these guys get out, they're fucking big, and people know them and fucking bow down to them in jail, but then they get in the street, no one's cheering their name no more.
Yeah.
It's just hard work. Really fucking hard work.
Yeah.
And it's sad that it's fucked up that that's the situation for these guys. And that's essentially why I fucking do what I do.
Mm.
Just to teach them how to use their voice and use my voice for them when they can't use their voice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. So what was it like in America? Like, who did you have to go and see? Did you go to prisons, or what did you do over there?
They wouldn't let me in any jails in prison. I met with the former deputy mayor of New York. I met with the founder of the Closed Rikers prison campaign.
Oh, yeah?
New York was amazing.
Yeah.
So I think... So the subject and the title was Innovative Practicing Criminal Justice. And I went to the Netherlands to study... Like, I went to a few prisons in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
And they're just identical to ours. Like, it's just like fucking the taste, the smell, the fucking cells, everything. They're just identical.
Yeah, right.
And I was really thinking that the Netherlands would be sort of where I would find all of that innovation, and like this is going to, you know, be where it's at. But I think in hindsight, sort of mulling everything over and where I'm landing is the most innovative thing that I experienced was the legalization of marijuana in fucking New York.
Yeah.
Like, and how that will impact and reduce that fucking prison system over there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Did you have a bit, did you?
Yeah, fucking I was taking mushrooms with the governor of a prison in fucking Netherlands.
Yeah, right. What the fuck?
Well, it's legal over there. So, like, fuck.
Yeah.
It's legal.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Everyone's like, oh, did you have it? He's like, yeah, it's fucking legal. Like, what? Like, it's just like having a beer.
Yeah.
So there's no big deal. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's like, oh, really, did you? I was like, yeah, fuck, of course I did. You can buy fucking mushrooms at 7-Eleven in fucking Amsterdam.
Can ya?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's you know.
Yeah.
There's shops there that you can go into. They weigh you, get your height, and they go, okay, this is the dose you should have.
Yeah.
If it's not enough, come back and see us in a couple of hours.
Right. Fucking hell.
Yeah. And this guy, this governor, the former governor of prisons in the Netherlands, he would say, he's like, oh, you know, everyone should have mushrooms at least 4 times a year.
Yeah.
If they're working in this space,
yeah,
because it just opens your mind to different ideas and different, you know, and it's not like an abuse thing. It's just it's just an accepted thing there.
Yeah, right.
That's the difference.
Yeah,
they just accept it.
Yeah,
and the way that I described, I done a podcast with him the other day. The way that I described it is like, you know, I went to Amsterdam, I went to The Hague, and I went to Utrecht, which is another city. And, you know, Amsterdam's like this wild teenager that's just out partying all the time.
Yeah.
And The Hague is like the parents.
Yeah.
So they're really like, you know, oh yeah, we know our kids over there having the time of their life. Sometimes we may even go over there and fucking party with them.
Yeah.
But we know about it and we're okay with it as long as it's like age appropriate. And then Utrecht is another town, and that's the town that they would sort of all go out and party in, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's just an accepted thing over there. Like there's just shops where you can buy that shit if you want it.
Yeah.
So it's not criminalised.
Yeah.
So the average prison sentence in the Netherlands is like 3 months.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. What are they getting pinched for over there?
They've got a capped prison population that can't go over 11,300. So if you get charged with something, not major, but if you get charged with something, you have to ring up and see if there's a bed available to go to fucking jail.
Yeah.
If it's full. Sometimes it's not full, but if it's full, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Their culture and approach is like, it's evolved. It's matured from what we know and understand. Their whole premise isn't like we need to punish people. Their whole ethos is we need to get these people into a better condition than what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. What does it look like in the jail yards and all that?
So have you done time in New South Wales?
No.
Yeah, so it's just the same as any fucking like it looks like Silverwater jail. It's just the same, exactly the same.
Yeah, okay.
But there, what they do is you can either go and work in the metal shop, the wood shop, or in the garden.
Okay.
And you can and that's not to work. That's just to occupy your time.
Yeah.
So you can build shit, and they're building shit and selling it to the fucking guards.
Yeah.
They're building like furniture, so when they get out, they can put it in their fucking house.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And then they can, like, in the garden, they can grow whatever they want, they eat it.
Yeah.
They've got massive greenhouses.
Do they get paid over there? Like, I know in the prison over here, it's pretty much slave labour. Is it the same over there? Or?
Yeah, well, it depends on sort of... They have certain prisons that are a bit more forward.
Yeah. Where
you can sort of go, oh, yeah, I want to start to improve myself. And then they have other prisons that are just the same as ours.
Yeah.
Like identical.
Yeah, wow. And is it cold over there? Is it snowing and stuff over there? Or?
Fucking freezing over there when I was there.
Yeah, right.
I was walking around all day one day and I fucking turned the corner to walk about 500 metres back to my hotel and it had been snowing and I was just like, and the wind just hit me and my legs were frozen. I couldn't feel it. I was trying to walk. I was like, fucking walk like this, couldn't feel my legs.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
But yeah, it was just, I don't know. I enjoy meeting different people and new people and people from different. Like that's something that I love.
Yep.
I love difference.
Yeah.
I love understanding difference and what that's about and why people eat certain food and why they have certain rituals in different cultures. Like that's something that I would like. that really sort of separates a lot of people. Like they're really, you know, that fear-driven thing of what, you know, like it's different and I don't understand it, so I'm fucking scared of it, and I'll stab you because I don't understand it. It's like, fuck, I'm really intrigued around why you do that.
Yeah.
And those processes and practice and cultural practices. Yeah, something that fascinates me.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of your photos while you're over there. It looks like you met a lot of different people.
Yeah. So, what was I going to say? So everywhere I went, I would ask the police to take photos with me.
Yeah.
Just because that was just the thing. I was like, okay, I'm just going to ask the
Yeah.
police. Yeah, oddly enough, the Netherlands, they were really reluctant to take photos with me.
Really?
Whereas in New York, they're teaching me how to take selfies. The toilets, they're like, no, you got to turn it on the side like this, and you got to hold it up like this, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, it was interesting, you know. And so I'd ask them to take a photo, and then I'd start the conversation. It's like, oh, you know, what do you think about prisons, and what should we do, and this, that, the other. So, yeah, it was interesting to get the different perspectives on it.
Yeah, right. What is their, I suppose, personalities like? Are they like Australian coppers, like just cunts?
Yeah, it's odd because the Dutch ones were a bit not that was sort of the opposite of the citizens.
Yeah.
Whereas the New York ones, they were a bit more friendly. It was weird. It was like the opposite of what I expected, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. The New York ones were very helpful. They sort of like, no worries, blah, blah, blah. And the Dutch ones were just a bit more reserved. It's like, what's going on here? And sort of a bit more like, we don't know if we should trust this guy or whatever. So it was just a bit like that.
Who's this guy with the bald head and the weird Aussie accent?
Yeah. Take a photo. No.
Yeah.
No evidence. No evidence.
No, not guilty, eh?
Yeah, all the way.
So, and what was it like? I'm just interested, like you said, it's like in Australian prisons. So, like, you just rolled up and there was big gates out the front. Like, did they get big yard time or did they get oval time? Did they have gyms or was it just like boob shit, just chin up bars, dip bars?
No, the main differences were that they had a fridge, a microwave, TV, and they could have PlayStations or whatever in their cells. Yeah. And then they had
PlayStations?
a massive area. Yeah, whatever. Like they could have a gaming console in their fucking cell.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And then they had a big area, like a big industrial kitchen, where they could all cook.
Yep.
They were all one out too. All one out.
Oh, I would have been loving it.
And then, so they have a thing where there's only 24 in a wing.
Yeah.
24 inmates in a wing. And then, so upstairs and downstairs. And so this is the odd bit. Because the Netherlands, they listen to the Human Rights Commission and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And they sort of accept that feedback. So they're not allowed to smoke in prison.
Mm.
However, what has been deemed by the Human Rights Commission is their cell is theirs. That's their property.
Yeah.
They can smoke in their cells.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Which that was sort of like, wow, that's fucking... I don't know how we do that in Australia. Because we don't even let the Human Rights Commission into the fucking jails to have a look.
And do they smoke White Ox over there too?
There was no... I don't smoke, so it's rolls. It's all rolls.
Yeah.
And they're allowed pets as well.
Yeah, right.
Anyone doing over 18 months is
Yep.
allowed to a pet.
Yep. Wow.
So yeah, a goldfish, a bird, and something else. I don't know what the other thing was. Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah.
And they similar buy-ups. It was interesting. The cells didn't have showers. They had a communal shower block.
Yep.
And then they had four. So then they had phones. So you know how all the boys have got tablets and that now?
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have tablets over there, and they're not getting tablets either.
No?
It's really interesting. I found it really interesting. However, their COVID restrictions and all that sort of stuff, like, fuck, I got COVID on the way over on the plane, and I was sick going in and out of jails, and no one asked me about COVID. No,
Yeah?
they weren't even concerned about it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That sort of was like, fuck, that's a bit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty cool.
And yeah, so they've got guards that will travel from other bordering countries to come because they want to work in their system.
Really?
Yeah, because it's just, there's definitely a better feel. Their outcomes, as in like recidivism, are almost identical to ours.
Yeah.
But their treatment of people is way more humane.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Way more humane. So there seemed to be less tension. You know what I mean? Like, you just walk into some yards and you can just fucking feel it.
Yeah.
Like, I went into a few places and I was like, fuck, I went into Segro. There was only one guy. So their Segro, you can't do more than 14 days in Segro. It's illegal to do more than 14 days. Most people are doing in Segro like 7 days, and they're trying to outlaw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, imagine if they'd done that in Australia. Guys are doing bloody years.
It's just like, we'll send you to jail because we're punishing you because you broke the law. That hasn't worked, so we're just going to do a bit more of what's not working and put you in fucking Segro and fuck you up royally.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel sorry for the guys that are in Supermax. Fucking hell. That'd be fucking tough jail.
So it's been acknowledged that Segro is like a form of fucking torture and abuse. And psychological, like people don't come out and say, if you do more than 30 days in Segro, they say it changes your brain fucking chemistry.
Did you do much Segro?
I don't know Segro, no.
No.
I know a guy that's done a lot, and he's like, I knew him before it, and he's like fucking not the same guy.
Yeah. Me and my Coe got pinched in Queensland under these Vlad laws. So what that looked like is we had to do 22.5-hour days lockdowns.
Yeah, fuck. How long?
I done 2.5 months, and he ended up doing he done more than me, and yeah, I think we both come out a bit fucked up. It wasn't easy, brother. It wasn't easy at all. But yeah, you can definitely see the effects. I've met heaps of, I know lots of guys who have been in prison and all that, and you can definitely tell the blokes have been in Segro too long.
That's why I'm still someone okay, make fun of that fucking Segro.
Yeah, so which jails did you go to in New South Wales?
I was at MRRC, then I was Para, Cessnock, and then at the Bay. Got out of the Bay.
Was it only one jail down at Cessnock back then?
Essentially they had the remand on one side.
Yep.
And then they had, 3 wings.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But I've been up subsequently to sort of run a program up there, and it's fucking way different than when I was fucking there.
Yeah, they're pretty.
That was weird. And I remember going up there to run fucking a program and meet with them and like talk to their parole fucking officers. And I remember going in and I was like wigging out just because that's where I've done most of my time.
Yeah.
I was just like, am I going to get out? Fucking thought they were just going to lock me up again, forever.
Yeah, it's a weird feeling. I'm actually going to visit.
Are you getting back into prison much now, or do you do any of that stuff now?
I'm going to visit a friend this weekend. Actually, he's in jail. He was in jail, the jail that I got out of last. So I'm seeing him this weekend, and I drove past there on the weekend. It's sort of pretty local to where I am.
Have you done any work in a prison, like as in like programs or running any stuff like that?
No, they won't let me in.
Like when you're going into the back offices and you can hear them talking about fucking this, that, and you're just like, fuck, shut up, you cunt. Like, you don't have a fucking idea. And that's the fucking weird experience. Like, fucking weird. Like,
yes.
when you sit in the fucking governor's office or, sitting down with screws and fucking, you just have your lunch here. It's like, like, can I just have my lunch in the yard?
Fuck you, cunts.
It's weird, man.
Yeah. So what are you doing now? So COVID sort of fucked you up with your programs with parole,
Yeah.
and so you're just doing this, helping the blokes at this service, or is that? Are you still doing consult a criminal, or?
I'm housing homeless people. We're still a big advocate.
Yeah.
You know, being an advocate doesn't pay, mate, like at all.
Yeah, no.
Because you upset a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I'm somewhat okay with it. You know, I'm like the company I work for and the job that I have now, I fucking love, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and it allows me to just have a voice outside of, you know, because it's sort of somewhat a bit separate to fucking the criminal justice stuff. So
Yeah.
I can still sort of, you know, corrective services the other day, I met with their community corrections department around innovative practices in recidivism, and they're like, oh, we can't comment on this, that, and the other. Like, you know, it's just like, fuck, I'm so glad. Because what happened was, so when I got out and I started to do the work back in the community sector, I applied for a job with corrective services to work at Narrandera, where I got released from.
Yeah.
Because the guy that wrote the program and was running it, he's like, oh, you should come back and work here, it'd be a really powerful example, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah. Anyway, so applied for the job, done an interview, got an email to say successful for the job.
Oh, how good.
Like, yeah, I'm going to change it from the inside. 15 minutes later, the guy rang me and said, oh, sorry, mate, when I put your name in the system, you come up as an unsatisfactory person.
No.
What the fuck does that mean? And I'd already disclosed. I disclosed at the interview. Like,
Yeah.
I've got a record, so if that's going to impact anything, I'm happy to bow out. No, it's all good, blah, blah. Anyway, so fucking I took corrective services to the Human Rights Commission.
Yeah.
And won.
Yeah.
Took me 3 years. And then sort of went, fuck, I dodged the bullet. I'm so grateful that I don't fucking... And then they offered me a job. They're like, what do you want to do? We've got a job for you, whatever you want. Fucking happy days.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, I wouldn't work for anyone that treated me like that from the get-go.
Yeah.
So thank fuck for that. Because I fucking, you know, because if I got that job, I'd still probably be working there doing the same fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
And, you know, and a mate of mine sort of was working in that area and had worked in that fucking space for a long time. He said, mate, you're locked up.
Yeah.
Every day you go to work, locked up. You haven't got a phone. You can't fucking call out. You don't have the internet. And you're fucking locked in.
Yeah,
He said,
fucking
if
hell.
you want to do anything, you got to fucking go out. He said, it's fuck. You don't want to be in here.
No.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's, you know, where I've landed is, and from what I've learned over the journey is, it's not prison that needs reforming. Like, me and you probably, I don't know, speak for yourself, but I do my time pretty, like, I haven't been to jail, but it's not hard. Prison's not hard. We don't need to make it better and improve the conditions. Sure, we need to treat people in a humane fashion.
Yeah.
But what can I control? There's no way I can have any influence or sway over fucking the criminal fucking prison industrial complex. It's just impossible.
Hmm.
But I can control people going in and I control them going back.
Yeah.
That's where I can help and make the greatest impact. So my theory is prison as we know it now is fucking barbaric, antiquated, violent and obsolete. And it's unable to provide the solutions for a modern and mature society. Like it's the way, like it's fucking over 200 years old, fucking prison and that system. And if you look at, you know, the only thing that prison guarantees, if you build a prison, the only thing it's ever guaranteed is that you're going to need to build another fucking prison. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Prison should be to keep people safe from society. So, you know, murderers, fucking pedos, fucking all those cunts, I'm not even arguing about that. Like, whatever you... So when I say I want to abolish a prison, everyone's like, oh, what about the fucking pedophiles? Like, what about the pedophile? Whatever you want to do with those guys, I'm fucking okay with. If you want to take them out the street and flog them publicly, like, fucking go for it.
Yeah.
But the system that we have now doesn't fucking work. because they can do all of their time and get out and not be fucking on any parole orders or nothing, which is what most of them do, right? All they have to do is go to the cop shop and fucking go, yeah, I'm a fucking pedo, I live over there. Whereas if you're fucking sending them out, so what I've learned, the evidence shows, and I think the best analogy that I've been given is when that Prince Andrew shit was going down, and it's like, oh, should he be on the royal balcony? Shouldn't he be on the royal balcony? Everyone's like, oh, I don't know if he should be. It's like, that's the only place the cunt should be, because we know where he is at all times.
Yeah.
So when these cunts get out, if you don't keep them front and centre, they reoffend. If you keep them front and centre, their reoffending rate's like hard, like third.
Yeah.
So it's when you exclude them and discriminate against them around participating, that's when they fucking get slippery and do all their fucking dodgy shit.
Mm.
So that sort of opened my mind. It's like, fuck, okay, yeah, that's a different approach.
Yeah.
However, it's hard to get people to that approach because fuck, I'm the same. Like, if someone done something to my kids, I'd fucking kill them. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a fact. I'd be hunting them down.
Yeah.
That's in me as a human. You know, I'd want to hurt them. But, like, fuck, so yeah, prisons to keep them safe from us and us safe from them.
Mm.
But you know how much of the prison population they make up?
Pedos.
Pedos, murderers, and fucking rape, like that sort of serious indictables and shit.
I don't know, I guess a quarter? Half?
No, mate. 5 to 8%.
Fuck. I wonder how many blokes are in the boneyard. I thought most of them would have been...
We're treating the rest of our prison population under the same conditions that these people, you know, that sort of maximum, supermax fucking shit should be.
Hmm.
So it doesn't even, like, you know, when you got guys that are stealing fucking bread and doing like little fucking blues and shit like that because they're homeless or whatever, they get the same treatment as that.
Hmm.
So it's not fucking, that's where it's obsolete. It just doesn't work as a fucking, you know, it's the least effective and most effective, the least effective and most expensive solution any government has. It's always the largest fucking budget line item fucking in any government.
Hmm.
The corrective service fucking budget.
Well, it's a big business, isn't it?
And the thing is, that this is why I sort of have moved away from the abolitionist space into the obsolete space. So there's a guy, Buckminster Fuller, and he says, you know, you don't change things by focusing on what is. You build a different system that's better, that makes the other one obsolete.
Yeah.
So in doing that, like, the thing is, if I come to your work and I said, fuck, mate, you're terrible, you're doing a fucking shit job and I fucking hate you.
Yeah.
Like, where would our conversation go? Where can it go?
Probably a punch on. Or walk away.
Exactly. Like, so how do we get to abolish a prison when that's our first fucking port of call?
Yeah.
As well as, if I come to you and said, hey man, you got a great business, right? But I've got a plan. In 5 years I'll halve it, and in 10 years you may not even have one.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Yeah.
Fuck off, mate.
Yeah, fuck that.
So how can you... This is why prison reform won't work. Because there's people that work... Like, look at Grafton Jail. So the only reason Clarence existed is because they wanted to close Grafton.
Yeah.
Grafton was a jail, like a town.
Yeah.
Everyone in fucking Grafton worked at that fucking jail or got a drink out of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they couldn't close it unless they were like, oh, okay, we'll make another one over there that you can all work out over there.
Yeah.
And that's the fucking problem. Everyone get, like, I'm talking about judges, lawyers. They're all getting a drink out of this fucking thing.
Hmm.
Like, it's a systemic thing. It's not just prison that fucking we need to agitate. It's like the whole fucking system. And it's asked about, like, trying to punish people out of behaviour from what we have learned about fucking humans in, like, modern days is fucking futile.
Yeah.
it's like if prison was a family, right, and that family was treating their children the way the prison does, they'd be going to fucking jail.
Yeah.
They'd be charged and be going to jail.
Yeah, that's right.
That's like the most ironic thing in the world, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, just that paradigm shift. I don't know what it's got to look like, but around closing prisons and not opening more.
Yeah, they're trying to open up some new ones up in Cairns at the moment for youth detention centres.
As a society, if we're locking children up, we have failed.
Yeah.
As a society, there should be no fucking juvenile detention centre whatsoever. Like, children need love.
Yeah.
That's what they need.
Guidance.
You love a kid and they'll thrive and flourish. Like, if you just sort of love them and, you know, if they fall over, you pick them up, you fucking whatever. Like, and the thing is, like, you look at that kid that ran the red light up in fucking Brisbane and killed the fucking mother and the father, and she was pregnant. Like, you look at that, that's a fucking tragedy. That's all it is. Now they've made laws retrospectively to try and catch this guy that won't be able to be charged with those laws because they were after his offence.
Yeah.
That aren't going to catch anybody. It's fucking stupid. Like, I'm not saying it wasn't, like, it's horrific, it's horrendous, it's all of that shit. Like, it's fucking sad and it's fucked up. Like, no one should have to die like that. Ever. And that poor kid was running from whatever. Like, he's got his own fucking trauma. Yeah. As well. Like, not in the car smoking ice, but fucking things are going well.
Yeah.
In a high-speed police chase.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's, you know, if we weren't doing that, then he wouldn't have fucking run those two people over.
Yeah.
You know, the tough on crime, war on drugs, fucking futility of that shit has fucking long past its use by date.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's the plans for the rest of the year, mate? You going to keep working in there, or you finish your report? What happens once you finish the report?
Finish the report, get paid hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I've got some concerns about my driver's license at the moment. So in order to do the work that I'm doing now, I need a driver's license.
Yep.
So if I lose my license, it's sort of, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yep.
But I'm happy to. So the reason why I went back to work where I did, is because, so I had previously worked there, as well as had been sort of doing some other work across organisations with the CEO and the second in charge. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they know my story. They know all about it, which is good. And they know how hard I struggle to fucking get a job because of my record.
Yeah.
Even 20 years later, still comes up. So part of going back and being offered that job to do the work in that special program that I work in.
Yeah.
And I'm committed here for 12 months. You know what I mean? Because I just wanted to fucking respect that and give back to fucking. They didn't make me jump for a million hoops to fucking get the job, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, if I can, I'd love to stay there. If I can't, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows where I'll be or what I'll be doing, but I know I'll be doing something in the space.
Yep.
Whatever that looks like. You know, I've got programs that I've written that I just haven't got the time to sort of fucking spruik and go and sell. But yeah, you know, I've got programs around sort of a safety first approach, so the foundation of safety.
Yep.
Me being safe first.
Yeah. Love to hear about them.
And so as a foundation, so it's like what safety first means beyond like PPE. So it's not about fucking high vis and all that sort of stuff. It's about, you know, and a safe, healthy work environment should be diverse. You know, a diverse work environment is healthy. And it's not about saying, oh, we need one fucking black guy, we need one Chinese guy, we need one fucking Filipino, we need one Aussie. It's about going, there's a seat over there. When you're ready to sit down, come and sit down because we want to respect what you got.
Yeah.
And then get here, your voice is the same as mine. I'm not better than you, I'm not you. So what I believe is the greatest gift any sort of leader and boss or anything can give any of their team or that stuff is the ability to show them how to make a mistake.
Yeah.
Because when I make a mistake and I own it, so safety first and personal responsibility, which is, I think should be the foundation for fucking prison as well.
Yeah.
So at the moment, prison's about being held accountable. Well, we need to hold you accountable, whereas it's like when I acknowledge that I've done wrong and I'm willing to accept it, that's when I can start to change.
Yeah.
If you're trying to force me to take fucking my responsibility on, I'm always resistant. Always. So safety first, personal responsibility, leaders showing how to fucking, oh shit, I made a mistake over there, I'm sorry guys.
Yeah.
Dust myself off, up we go, let's have another go. And in that environment, creativity fucking thrives.
Yeah.
Because people are willing to fucking throw their hat in the ring and have a fucking, oh, this is an idea I've got. Like, oh, yeah, that's it. Fuck, let's have a crack. Let's have a go at that idea. Oh, it didn't work.
Yeah.
Oh, well, who's got another idea?
Yeah.
So that sort of thriving environment, teaching people how to fucking, or how companies and teams and all of that sort of stuff, how to do that stuff, that's sort of probably where I would land if I lose my driver's license.
Yeah, right. Excellent. Who would you be trying to pitch that to?
Fuck, it works for anyone.
Yeah.
Team, like people that are looking for change and system, like, if you're not evolving, you're standing still, and if you're standing still, essentially you're starting to go backwards.
Yeah.
Because people, and the rapid pace that the world and change that the world is happening at the moment, so it's around, it'd be any business, say small teams, even like fucking sporting teams, how to get into that mindset.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, I'm better than that guy over there because I can kick the ball around fucking this way. It's like, mate, everyone on this team, because it's a fucking team, has the same value.
Yeah.
The reason you look so good is because that guy's shit.
Yeah.
So if we had a team of you wouldn't look that fucking good.
Yeah.
So thank that guy for being shit because you look so good.
Yeah.
That's the different conversation, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So teaching people how to fucking understand and value others.
Yeah.
And I think that's sort of back to what I first started and said about, how I like to meet different people from different cultures and different environments and understand, what's different and why it's different and how they got to that.
Yep.
Because Australia has that much culture, really. Like, as in, Australia has the richest fucking culture in the world, It's 120,000 years of continual fucking existence.
Yeah. As
a fucking First Nations race. However, the 200 years that we've been here, I don't think we have much of a culture.
Yeah.
I'd like to just be involved in more cultural stuff, not as in just I like to understand other cultures and what makes them tick and how they go about it, and then use that to implement into fucking fuck. Like when I grew up, there was no Thai food, none. Yeah. It was Chinese and fucking fish and chips.
Yeah.
Was, excuse my French, there was wogs and fucking Asians.
Yeah.
The wogs had the fish and chip shops and the Asians had the fucking Chinese.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
Now you got Thai, now you got bread shops, Vietnamese, and it's fucking great.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas you had, back in the day, fuck, don't let those pricks in. Don't let them in.
Yeah.
They're going to fucking take jobs. No, they're going to do the jobs that we don't want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
right. They work
right.
hard.
Yeah.
Fucking thrive.
Yeah.
Thrive. I know a guy that's fucking, where is he from? Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
He come here, he's been here for like 40 years, and he loves Australia.
Yeah.
He owns like 4 or 5 containers. He's a billionaire.
Yeah.
Like fucking loaded. But he's like, fuck, if it wasn't for this country, I'd be back in the slums.
Yeah.
He said, all I had to do was work hard. And it's true. If you really want to, if you really put your fucking mind to it, there's opportunity here. There's no doubt about that.
No, for sure.
If you get up and have a go, like, fucking people help you.
Yeah.
Like, even, like, just travelling overseas and, like, asking people, like, for favour overseas.
Yeah.
And I'm over there just, you know, whereas back here, if I would have stayed in the routine, it was like, oh yeah, he's a junkie criminal.
Yeah.
Quite easily, you know, that's part of the stuff that I teach the guys when they were getting out in the program, the employment program. It's like, what's going to happen is you're going to get out and people are going to give you a title and a label.
Yeah.
And it's up to you whether you want to wear it or not.
Yeah, that's right.
If you get out, you put the T-ends on, you put the fucking shell tracksuit on and fucking get about like that, like some sort of fucking S-shape. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to get.
Yeah.
But you don't have to live like that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's not fucking easy. That's the thing that I say. Like, I ain't going to fucking come here and go, hey, you're going to get out and life's going to be fucking happy, joy. It's going to be the hardest thing you've fucking ever done. Because it's just, everything is against the grain. Because all that I knew when I was in jail had no fucking relevance when I was out here. Just angry, wanting to fucking bridge up. Like, and I wasn't like that as a kid.
Yeah.
I was like a happy kid. Like, I never got into fights, I wasn't fucking like that or about that. And jail gave that to me. You know what I mean? I got out and I still can be like fucking angry. Like, if someone fucking disrespects me in the street, all I can hear is cop that, you cop. So it's fucking on, you know what I mean? As far as I'm concerned, it's on.
Yeah.
If you fucking say something to me in the street, it's like 20 years.
Yeah.
20 years. And it's still fucking there like that.
Yeah.
Still today, I feel like fucking 3:30, still some days I'm like, fuck, a couple of cones in a lock-in, yeah, happy days. Shut the door. Shut the door, chief. Lock me in. It's still a feeling.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing, you know, under stress we regress. I'll just go back to default.
Yeah.
Give me fucking substance and fucking lock me up.
Yeah. Oh, sounds like you're doing good anyway, mate.
Yeah, you know, fuck. Like, fuck, man, my life is surreal. Like, I've lived a fucking charmed life, and that's one thing I'll never shy away from. I understand and acknowledge that I sit in the most privileged demographic in the world. I'm white and I'm a man.
Yeah.
There is no greater privilege in the society that we have, and that's never lost on me. So what I try to do and what I try to understand is, in order to bring people up, the quickest way to do that is for them to come up one and for me to go back one.
Yeah.
What am I willing to let go of to bring me closer, although that closer? And that's the hard bit. Like, what am I willing to let go of?
Yeah.
Because fuck, man, I like my convenience. I like my cushy fucking place. I like my fucking nice shoes. I like my nice clothes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, if anyone wanted to contact you and have a yarn or maybe have a look at your programs, I know you're on Instagram, you're on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn would be the best place.
Yeah.
That's where I spend most of my time. I really struggle on the sort of more like I just go down a fucking rabbit hole. You know what I mean? I get on Facebook and a day will go because all these people say, "Hey, what are you doing? What do you mean?" I was like, "Look, I just got on here to fucking check something for 5 minutes, and like 6 hours later, I'm like, where the fuck did the day go?" And like that, I'm a real life guy. I'd rather fucking talk to people in real life, meet them in real life, do stuff like this.
Yeah.
Over and above, you know. Sure, I post a lot of pictures and all that sort of stuff, but fuck, you know, that's not the reality of my life. You know, I struggle every day. Well, no, I don't. That's a lie. I don't struggle every day, but I can.
Yeah.
You know? I'm fucking adverse to it, and that's part of life. You know.
Yeah.
You know, that's one thing that I've learned. Like fucking sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, and sometimes it just is. You know.
Yeah.
And what I say to other guys as well is one thing I'll guarantee you: today will not be the same in 3 months' time. Like, things fucking change. You just got to hang on and hang in there, because eventually everything fucking changes. As a human being, every cell in our body regenerates every 7 years. So fucking we change. It's just that's the one constant in life, apart from death, is that fucking change happens.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, brother. No worries. Well, thanks for jumping on tonight, and I'm pretty keen to maybe do a podcast with you over the next little while. Try and lock something in.
Happy to have another fucking chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, keep up the good work, bro. You're doing fucking well.
No, thank you, man. You too.
Well, there you go. We're right here.
Pardon?
We don't need any more lawyers. Nah,
No.
I'm just. Keep up the work, bro. Like, fuck, you know. We need. The thing I always say to people as well is, like, just because I don't agree with everything you might say or everything that you do, doesn't mean I don't like you. It doesn't mean we can't be friends.
Yeah.
That's part. You know. Some people say great minds think alike.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I say great minds challenge each other to develop and grow.
Yeah, right. I like that.
So yeah, that's what I'm about, you know what I mean? Just about, you know, sort of, you know, I need that sort of challenge in my life, because when you get in that echo chamber, everyone tells you you're a fucking good bloke all the time. It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm not a good bloke. Sometimes I'm
Yeah.
and like the people that will attest to that as well.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just life.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, no, appreciate your work. Keep up the good work, mate, helping all the boys and that. And happy to have a yarn anytime, okay?
Yeah, thanks, brother. Have a good night.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Latest.